Good evening, guys. This side Rahul Kumar from CodeLover Technology Pvt Ltd. Uh, today topic is Visual Studio 2022 preview. So, how we can install or what is the feature of new release Visual Studio 2022? So, we can describe in details. Uh, let's go ahead. Just a few days back, Visual Studio 2022 has been released, and there are purely 64-bit upgraded uh, means 64-bit Visual Studio, which is previously running in both 32-bit and 64-bit processor, but now it is coming only for 64-bit. It faster and less memory using for the processing the application or process the client request. So come with a Visual Studio 2022 is come with .NET 6. It is a new .NET 6 is now with AP core .NET, and now .NET framework is open source. Uh, so basically, it is run on Linux environment as well as means previously is running on .NET or running on Windows or iOS. Next feature is based in IntelliCode 8, which is automatically complete larger chunk of codes while a line at a time, and understanding the code context better, leverage the wisdom or nearly 500,000 open sources, repository and courses. And there are many features come with the C++ with the Visual Studio 2022, and we have a new look of Visual Studio 2022. Also come some new features like WUP, Window Universal Platform, integrated in Visual Studio 2022. So let's see the some sort of small video on Visual Studio 2022 preview.
Back in June, we released the first preview of Visual Studio 2022, and it was a historic release because for the first time, Visual Studio now ran in 64-bit. But that was not the only thing that was new in the first preview. We made updates to the AI engine inside Visual Studio that was now able to predict the next line of code you were about to write before you even knew it. It's something that just feels like magic.
So guys, this is official website where you can check this video and know the features of Visual Studio 2022. And now we can move to the installation part. Basically, we are covering today how to install Visual Studio 2022 and which features we can on for the development environment for the web application as well as window application as well as mobile application. So there are lots of collection in the Visual Studio, so we can install according to our requirement. So now getting to download the Visual Studio preview. Click here. There are already 3 versions of Visual Studio is previously and now continue. First is Visual Studio Community versions, and second is Visual Studio Professional, and third is Visual Studio Enterprise. Community version is absolutely free for all student and open source contributors. but professional is the Visual Studio Professional is used for the small and small business and developers, so that it can be performed professionally, and output will be come as per the standard in the industry. And Visual Studio Enterprise is the means large scale, and we can that performance integrated with many tools like build tools and task and etc. So you can check these features on the official website. Now downloading, we are going to download Visual Studio Professional versions. Click to the download button. Automatically download the exe. Now we can open the download. Here we can download, and now installing the Visual Studio. So this is the installer exe, which is only installing the um, installer, updating the installer if it previously exists on your system. So it is downloading from the Microsoft and installing installer, not Visual Studio. Now is so now we can see the Visual Studio 2022 preview version 17.001 preview 2.1. It is over there, and there are same things as in Visual Studio 2019, but there are lots of changes in background. Just like we have ASP.NET Cloud and Web and Cloud, which is Azure development, Node.js development, Python development, ASP.NET, and web development. These are the web sections we can install. After that, we have option of desktop and mobile application. This is the universal window platform development. It is a newly is a platform which is migrated from a window app application as well as a WPF application and browser-based application that will be migrated on through universal window platform development. Apart from we can develop mobile applications through an Xamarin Xamarin through Xamarin and using Android and iOS application, cross platform applications. You can develop gaming application as well as you can install database tools like SQL servers and data storage for processing, extensions for the development. You can develop Linux development with the C++, and you can also integrate Office and SharePoint development with the Visual Studio in your applications. So now we can installing Visual Studio 2022 in other system. In this system we have 2019, And so now we can process the installation here. There is the preview mode of, we have three options: community versions, professional versions, and enterprise version. We can install professional versions. So install, click on install. So first check for the web development. So click on ASP.NET Web Development. So first we have selected ASP.NET Web Development. So here you can see the .NET Framework 4.7 development toolkits, and ASP.NET Web Development prerequisite is already over there. We can also check the add-ons on the extra features, just like WCF, Window Communication Foundation, as well as additional project template, which is if required. We are not working on right now Azure development. We can install Node.js development. We can going with a default setting. After that, we can move on the mobility. Select .NET desktop development. There we can check the .NET Portable Library, MSIS package 2. Apart from select the Xamarin, default, and UWP, Universal Window Platform Development. We can select USB device connectivity and Windows 10 SDKs. We go forward on database sections. We can install database. By default, SQL Server Express has installed on with Visual Studio 2022 or previous version. After that, we have installed Visual Studio extension development, means just like some additional we can develop. So modeling language, just like UML, we can use like that. So now go forward on individual component pack. Previously we have work on workload, and now coming on individual components, just like .NET 6.0 runtime. We can check also .NET 5.0 runtime. We go default. Default selection will be when we select the packages in the workload tab. Apart from we can install if required, then just like web development tools for .NET Core 2.1. Azure we have not installed. Class design we can opt. Click once publishing, dependency validations, DGML, design, GitHub for Windows, helper views, link to SQL, NuGet package manager by default checked. We have installed Python 3.95. Window workflow foundations. Already we have Entity Framework 6, Modeling SDK, OpenJDKs, TypeScript 4.2, USB connectivity, and these are already checked for installation. Now we can start the installations. You can select the language, which is English by default, and you can install in a different language also, but we can continue in English. Default location is C program files, Microsoft Visual Studio 2022, and previews inside preview. And we can total space will require 27.04 GBs. In C drive 5.9 GBs. C sharp in C drive and another folder in Visual Studio packages H, which requires 6.49 GBs, and apart from extra. So we can install, and here is a multiple option: download all, then install, or install and download both. So we have going with install with download. So now start the download. You can not now. We can right now not giving any survey. So we will do in further. So click on not now. So installation will be started, and we'll checking later.